Hey everybody, my name is Kevin,
And I'm Shelly.
and welcome to our very first podcast of That's Not Normal.
Except it isn't, because this is the third time we've tried this.
It is.
And the first two times didn't work because God hates us.
Really? Yeah, yesterday how long do you think we were trying to record?
4 hours.
Yeah, between trying to get the computer set up and trying to make sure our mics were working. Oh, it was just a pain. But here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this gets to see the daylight of the internet.
Hopefully. But, so for the second time, we're going to talk about ourselves and give you guys out there listening a little bit of idea who we are. And then we're just going to move right into whatever the hell we're going to talk about today. So, me, Shelly, I am 19 years old. And I go to Kent State University, and I am a public health major, and I like cats and Mountain Dew, and I wear glasses.
All right. Well, my name is Kevin. I'm also 19 years old, but am turning 20 in the end of July, which at this point is about a month away. And I go to Kent State University for instrumental music education on the tenor saxophone.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds so fancy. I'm married. I just celebrated my first anniversary with my husband, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
And I've known Shelly all of my life.
Right. I can't say we've been friends from the womb, but we'll be friends to the tomb, if you know what I mean.
That was so hardcore. So emo.
Yeah, we technically we met in elementary school, but like our friendship really peaked when I was in 6th grade, so like 11 years old, and she was like 12 or 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We were like a little annoying group of 3 in the small town we grew up in, and the third member was my cousin, and we don't really talk to her anymore, but if you're out there, keep doing you.
Best hopes to your life.
Yes. And congratulations on the pregnancy and whatnot. And the baby that came out of your vagina. So, anywho, today. Is that all you want to do for introductions? Is there anything else you said? Okay. So today, I woke up, and then I walked into my dining room, and I did a puzzle, and I turned on the TV. And the first thing that came on the TV was Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And it was one of those marathons on the E! Network that lasts like all day.
I almost turned it on when you came over. Like when I was looking for something to watch, I was like,
Oh, I watch it all the time.
Really? I've never seen it.
Oh, well, okay. So, so I put that on my piece of paper with lists of things to talk about because everyone talks about them. But not really to just talk about the Kardashians, but to talk about some of the things that they do that some people are like, that's wrong of them to do. Like when, you know, with Kylie Jenner, and like obviously she's had her lips done, and you know, they've had lots of plastic surgery. Like, so that's one of the things. And it's like, how do you feel about plastic surgery?
I mean, if it makes you feel better, then I don't see why not. Like, if you feel so uncomfortable about something about your body that you want to change it, and you can, and you have the money to do it, then do it.
I agree.
I don't really see a problem with it. I mean, the only, like, it's for them.
Right.
Because the common misconception about, like, cosmetics and, like, it's just people think that you do it for other people, which they might. And if they want to, that's up to them.
Right.
But most of the time, it's for them being comfortable in their own skin.
Right. Yeah. 'Cause like, you know, I've talked about this with my mom and like friends at school, and they just like hate Kylie Jenner because, you know, she like got all of this surgery done when she was 16, 17 years old. And for me, it's like, yeah, as a 16-year-old or 17-year-old, you know, can you be adult enough to like make the decision to put harmful things into your body?
Well, I will tell you that the other day I was watching Dr. Phil.
All right.
And it was an episode, and it was about little girls who wanted plastic surgery. There was one girl who wanted to be just like Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez. And this was like back in the Wizards of Waverly Plays Hannah Montana days.
Okay.
So she had really
days.
Yeah, exactly. She had really long hair, and it was like black, as it was super black. She looked just like Selena. And she wanted to get plastic surgery, and she wanted to get like freckles put on her face that she didn't already have.
Okay.
But she was only like 13 years old.
Right.
And so the mom was pretty much had my stance. She was like, yeah, if you want to do it, and if you want to be pretty, if you think that that makes you prettier, then go for it. But I think that there needs to be a line in age, because they were talking with an actual doctor, and they were like, that's not safe.
Yeah. To me, like, if it isn't safe to do, you need to reevaluate. Like, that sort of, it's not a popular plastic surgery, but it's getting more popular, where like you break your legs and then put them back together so you can be taller and have longer legs. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, like women, I think I saw it on Taboo. Do you know that show? This woman, I think she was in Russia. She wanted to be taller and have like longer, pretty legs. And so the doctors like break her legs at different places and then stick them back together with like rods. I don't know how they do it, but something like that.
I assume it was with rods.
Yeah, with rods.
Or
and then
plates.
Or something. And then, it makes you taller, like elongates them when they heal.
Oh my God.
And it's a really expensive and painful process for a couple of inches of height. Like it doesn't give you like a whole like half a foot of height. It's like 2 inches.
I'm not really sure how I feel about that.
Me either.
'Cause like,
it's like I don't know, why do women think they need to do that is the question.
And the question that I really have for myself is like, why do I think that lip injections are okay, but wanting to be taller isn't,
Right.
I really have that struggle with myself, especially with all of the like progressiveness.
Like body positivity
exactly.
and
where is the line between healthy and not? And like, where's the line between doing it for yourself and doing it because of whatever reason? And who are you to tell that person that they can't do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you on that. But then it's like the time it took for that woman to see the like fruition of the surgery was like a year and a half or 2 years. Wow. And it was 10, I don't know, I want to say $10,000 or more to do it. And it's like lip injections are nothing.
Yeah, you can literally just walk in and get them done.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, and this is like a dangerous thing. So it's like,
where's the line?
Yeah, where is the line? And then like, what about boob jobs? Like, for me, growing up, and this is an attitude that my parents have, so that's probably why I had it. It was like, oh, why do you need to get a boob job? It's not natural. It's not who you are. You should just be proud of who you are. But then it's like, I wear like a AA cup size. I can't see myself getting a boob job, but it's kind of like, it'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I watch a lot of YouTube, and there's a lot of YouTubers who are very open about their boob job. And even then, one of them I watched had a boob reduction surgery. So what's the difference between getting them bigger and getting them smaller?
Right.
Because that's not who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just so hard to talk about it, because like people are always trying to dictate who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah.
And really, I think it should be up to the person.
I think it should be too.
But then I'd also like to think that people getting these surgeries have the money to do them.
Right.
But like that woman on Dr. Phil, the mom, she was going into all kinds of debt, like buying her daughter everything that she ever wanted. The trendy t-shirts, the like where you wore like the belt over top that had to be just as pretty as your shirt, and like the skinny jeans, and like she was like, Dr. Phil was like, you can't afford this stuff, so why are you buying it for her? And she's like, well, I just can't say no to her, because if I say no, she'll keep pestering me.
Oh.
So it's like one of those things.
Yeah. See, like with that story, it kind of worries me, because like why? Because in middle school, everyone hates how they look. If you walked into any middle school and asked every single middle schooler, individually, I'm guessing the majority of them would be like, I would rather have this, or I'd rather not have acne, or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And so letting a middle schooler decide these really big decisions about changing how she looks forever. Expensive things, dangerous things. It's just, I don't know.
And like, I think she felt like she couldn't tell her daughter no because she was also getting her own surgeries too. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. She had like everything done, like lips and cheekbones and
Right.
whatever, like the whole shebang. So like she couldn't find that line.
Right.
And the dad was like, "Are you people crazy?"
Yeah.
And like Dr. Phil agreed with the dad, and the dad was like, like,
finally.
Yeah, he's like, someone agrees with me.
Yeah, I would say what the mom should have been like is like when, you know, you're an older teen, you know, maybe 17, maybe 18, then we'll talk about it. You know.
Yeah.
Like not just like, oh, sure, you can do this.
You want. Yeah, which is ridiculous in my mind.
Yeah. But, I mean, telling people how to parent their kids isn't, you know, my strong suit.
Yeah.
Or shouldn't be done, but whatever.
I mean, Dr. Phil said it.
I mean, we all know Dr. Phil is basically the U.S. Constitution when it comes to reality TV.
And it's really entertaining because, like, nothing surprises me anymore.
Right.
At all. So, like, I watched a lot of Dr. Phil. Like, whenever I would watch in the evenings, Dr. Phil would come on next, and I just not turn the channel.
Oh, yeah, I love Dr. Phil.
Yeah. And so, like, I grew up, like, really liking to watch it, especially because my mom watched it. So, like, I don't know. Most of the time, I really value his opinion, and then other times, I'm like,
shut the hell up.
Yeah, I'm like, shut the hell up.
Okay. So, do you have any other topics before we play our game?
The like going through our day thing, I was thinking while I was getting ready was like, what's the weirdest thought you've ever had waking up? Like immediately waking up, you're like, and you say something.
Well, like I told you yesterday about my dream. So we can go into that. That's a longer story. Do you have one first? Okay.
Well, I mean, for example, last night I didn't get very much sleep, and I was up from like 7:30 to like 11ish, and then I fell back asleep. And Shelly was supposed to be here at 2:30, and I didn't set an alarm on my phone. So I heard the doorbell, and I went, "Shit! I'm not wearing pants, and Shelly's here." And Kirby was like, and my husband was like, "It's okay. I have some right here." And I was like, "Okay." And I kind of snapped back into reality.
Oh, man.
It was really funny.
I was confused because, like, normally when I ring the doorbell and scare the shit out of you guys, you're, like, right there. And I was like, is something bad happening? Should I let myself in?
Yeah, the door was locked anyways. But, yeah, I just needed to put some pants on.
Okay. So my weirdest thought happened to be yesterday morning, and I had that weird thought because I had a really weird dream, and it happened to be a sex dream. And so I had this sex dream. It happened to be with another woman or girl because she's my age and went to Kent State with me. And I'm just going to say right now, I'm pretty sure I'm straight. This kind of wavered me a little bit, but then it was like in the real world, in reality, when I'm awake, I can see attractive women and I can be like, yeah, she's hot, but I can't imagine myself fucking her. You know, like that's never a thought I've had, except for the other night.
Yeah.
So I was having hot lesbian sex with this girl I went to school with who I didn't even like. I don't like her. And she's not even that pretty, you know, like I would say she's plain looking. And it's like, really, I can't have sex with one of the many multitudes of hot girls on campus. It has to be this bitch. Like, but whatever. And so it was her, and we're like doing it in this bed. And all of a sudden I look up and my boyfriend is sitting like right next to me. And I'm like, holy shit. And I like kick her off of me. And you know, I'm expecting him to, like, yell at me or freak out, and he's just like, hi. And I'm like, why are you here? And he's like, I was hoping I could join in.
Oh, my God.
And so, you know, Dream Shelly is like, okay, we got to evaluate the situation. because I'm a bad person. And I'm okay with cheating on you in this dream, but I'm not okay with having a threesome because I don't want you cheating on me.
That was your thought process?
Yes, while I was dreaming. This is all happening. I'm not
Yeah.
exaggerating. This happened.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was me in my dream thinking about what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't actually saying these things.
Yeah.
Dream Shelley was thinking these things.
Yeah, I got you.
And making this decision.
Okay.
And so Dream Shelley, I end up saying, well, I don't really want to have a threesome right now, so maybe we should all just go home. And both
Just like in the heat of the moment,
Yeah.
like just doing it, and then you're like, oh, let's go home.
Yeah, like me and the girl I was having sex with are naked, and then Andrew's like half naked.
Yeah.
on this weird like satanic looking red bed.
Were there candles?
Yeah, it was like the covers were like blood red,
Uh-huh.
and it was like one of those huge like king size beds or something,
Mhm.
and there's like candles off in the distance, and then it's like black, like I can't see that far away. It's like one of those movies,
Yeah.
like a
so,
sacrifice or something.
Yeah, right. So like maybe you were really in a porno. Maybe that's why you got stuck with the girl.
Well,
Maybe you were under the influence and your boyfriend is just like,
I don't know.
maybe you knew he was there and then you kind of snapped back into reality and you're like, where did you come from?
I have no fucking clue, dude. I can't remember any
Yeah.
other part of this dream other than what I'm telling you.
Right, yeah.
So I have no idea what the context is. I don't know how this girl I don't like ended up fucking me or me fucking her. Like, I have no idea. It was like hot lesbian sex, though. I
Yeah.
can tell you that much.
Yeah. Wow.
Anywho, and so moving on, because the story's not over yet. So, I say let's all just go home, and we were in the heat of the moment. We don't really have clothes on, and both Andrew and the girl are like, "But I'm not ready to go home." And Dream Shelley's like, "I'm gonna get raped
Oh, shit. That took a turn.
by my boyfriend and this girl I was just having sex with, who I don't even like." And I know, like, the listeners out here, like, wow, she keeps making a point that she doesn't like this girl. I don't like this girl. She was a huge bitch to me at college. She never, like, called me names or anything, but we had a couple honors classes together, and I would try to be nice and, like, make conversation, and she would literally just, like, act like she didn't even hear what I said.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So, like I was saying to Kevin the other day, maybe I had this dream because my subconscious was like, we hate this bitch. And the only way to get her back is to fuck the shit out of her in this weird satanic bed. But then it's like, why is Andrew there? And I think Andrew was there because I was like, oh, I'm cheating on you. Yeah, I'm guilty,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what's weird is, he wasn't mad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, maybe my subconscious is telling me to have a threesome. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But reality's like, I don't know anybody I would want to have a threesome with.
Yeah. Because then it's like, who do you choose to be the other girl, I'm assuming? Oh, God. Okay, so thinking of another girl, you're like, well, I don't want her to be prettier than me.
Right.
But then are you attracted to them if they're not?
She can only have bigger tits than me if she's fatter than me.
God. That was... All right.
See, listeners out there, this is my real unadulterated self, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just me and the listeners right now, okay?
Okay, I'll just put the mic down.
It's just me and you babies. So we're in this together, and I'm going to give you who I actually am because I'm hoping you'll like that. And if you don't, well, you don't have to call me later.
Oh my God. Probably just maxed out the mic, but that was so funny. I wish you could see Shelly's face right now. It's hilarious. You're so funny. See. Okay.
Wait, no, I'm not done with this because
Okay.
I mean, We're on. What's the timer right now?
I don't know. It doesn't show.
Oh, who gives a shit? But
20 minutes.
Cool.
There it is.
we have plenty of time. So I figure what I'm doing right now is if I'm telling this entertaining story, right? Might as well just solve my problems while we're doing the podcast.
Okay. All right. This is actually Dr. Phil. This is Dr. Kevin.
Dr. Kevin, the Dr. Phil's
Shitty
transvestite stepsister.
Oh man. Okay. People are gonna think I'm this crazy person.
No, people are gonna think I'm a crazy person and that you're the normal one.
Okay.
And then they'll meet us in real life and be like, wow, they're both shitheads.
It's very true. I do have a man name, but I'm very femme, I like to think.
Yeah, that's the joke here,
Yeah.
people. It's the irony.
So much irony. Okay, anyways, go ahead with your story.
Right. And so going back to the threesome thing, it's like girls that I know that would maybe do this,
Mm-hmm.
it'd probably have to be like a foursome
Mm-hmm.
because all of my friends are either in relationships or wouldn't have a threesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So immediately, the first one of my friends I think of is Charlie.
She would do it.
I think she would.
I don't know about. I don't know. I think it depends. Maybe if you put a little bit of drinks in her.
Yeah, if we got her drugged and drunk.
I don't know. I mean, she always jokes around. She's like, maybe if I had a couple beers, I'd do it. Like.
Does she really?
She said that.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, she kisses her friend all the time, so we'll see.
Right. But, and then it's so, like, that's my friends. And then Andrew's friends, who are girls, I don't really like them.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be okay with doing lesbianic things to them. And, well, they're just not attractive enough for me. Sorry.
I mean, all right.
Priorities here. And so then it goes to what I would prefer would be the other member of the threesome being a dude.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew would lose his shit.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it.
No, he wouldn't.
There's no way.
No, he wouldn't. So
Which is so sexist.
it is.
Because that not just on Andrew.
No, a lot of guys are like
But
that.
it's just like
Like
he's clearly conditioned to think that.
like Casey, if you and Casey were like, let's have a threesome, and you're like, I want hot black dude, or
whatever.
yeah, whoever, and do you think Casey would be up for it?
Hell no.
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 For some reason, I expected you to say yes.
No. No, he wouldn't. No.
Right.
What?
Well, what about you? Like, would it get? Where would your line be? Like how I said, if she has bigger tits than me, then she's got to be fatter than me. Like, what's your insecurity here? If you had to do a threesome, but the other member was a woman.
I'm not really sure. I've never thought of this
Never had this
before.
conversation?
No, I've never thought about it before, so I don't.
Well, you've only been married for a year, so give it time.
Okay, we'll come back to that one. God.
Okay, your turn.
Oh. Okay, another thing that I wrote down was best and worst school trips.
Oh, okay.
So in our school lifetime career, we've gone on trips like we went to Washington, D.C. as
Right.
8th graders, which was all a horrible experience.
We could talk about that.
And then we went to Disney when I was a sophomore.
Yeah, I was a freshman.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, we went on, like, trips with the band all the time for, like, competitions and stuff.
Right.
And we went to, like, Cedar Point and Kings Island. I went to Kings Island with the show choir once.
Yeah, I didn't go to Kings Island that time.
Yeah.
So
like, what's the best and what's the worst?
the Disney trip was the best for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good time, and that's actually where I fell in love with the boyfriend who interrupted my sex dream. He's the same one. We've been together for 4 years. And anywho, so But that would be the best, and obviously falling in love makes it the best, but it's also a good trip.
Mhm.
You know, like, it's fucking Disney World, happiest place on earth or whatever. And so worst for me, probably DC.
I would say the same thing.
Mm.
Disney was really good for me because it was like the first time I've ever been there.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So like the only person I went around with, though, the only person I went to the different parks with was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Didn't really want to do anything, but it was just the experience of being at Disney that made it the best. The bus ride there, the
Bus ride was fun.
Oh, so much fuckery on the bus. And like just experiencing Disney in itself is such an incredible experience. But DC was definitely the worst.
It was awful. And back to what you said, I hate people, either like you go on vacation or something, you go somewhere and then you finally get there and they're like,
Yeah. I don't want to do anything. Oh, I'm tired of walking. It's Disney.
Yeah.
And you have 3.5 days or whatever to go through all of the parks.
Right. You paid $800 to do this. Like.
Yeah. Because we
Sorry,
went.
your parents love you more than they love me.
That's really what it was. But anyways, we drove all the way down to do Festival Disney. It was the band and orchestra, and we left like the Wednesday before spring break and drove through the night.
Right.
And then we went to Disney the first day. The second day we did our competition. It was called Festival Disney, and then we went straight to the parks afterwards and like had the rest of the day. Then we went to the parks for a third day, and then the last day we went to Orlando's Universal Studios.
Right, Harry Potter World and stuff.
On the Islands of Adventure side, because back then nothing was really on the Universal Studios side, and Diagon Alley didn't exist because Diagon Alley's brand new.
Right.
So then we came straight home and spring break started. So we had a week and a half off of school, which was
so
really
awesome.
Cool. Our teachers weren't very happy with us, but I mean, whatever.
I was fine.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I didn't miss that much work anyways. And something with our high school was, like, once we got to a certain point in the year when there was so many days of school left, we always watched Lion King.
Yeah.
Every single class, we watched Lion King. Then when Frozen came out, that's all we watched.
Yeah.
I watched Lion King 3 times in one day.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because no one else likes any other movie ever.
Well, and like teachers throwing a fit about us missing schools. Like, our school was a joke.
It was.
Okay.
It was very frustrating, especially looking back.
Yeah.
Like, my whole family went through the school.
Right.
I almost name dropped. But, okay, so my whole family went through the school. My great-grandpa or my grandpa was, like, one of the first graduating classes.
Wow.
Of the brand new, like, the new school. Not the school that we go to now, but the school before.
Right.
So his class was the first class to go all the way through the school.
That's crazy.
So, like, everyone knows my family name. And it was just really frustrating. So I didn't want to believe that it was a bad school. But once I got to college and realized how unprepared I was really frustrated. And all of the other random fuckery things they've done to me.
Right. Yeah, I've had the same things. Like, I'm an honor student at Kent State. So I'm, like, trying to write papers for my honors classes. Like, I have no idea how to do this.
Exactly. I don't know how to write a paper. I had the same thing when I went to my first college, because Kent State will be my third college, and that's
woohoo.
Yeah, it's okay to transfer. It's okay. But I took my first English 101, and it was a comp class where the only grades were 3 papers.
Ooh.
And my final was the 3rd paper.
Ooh.
And it was very difficult.
Yeah.
And I actually went into the teacher crying once because I was like, I don't know how to do this. This is the hardest class I've ever taken in my whole life.
Wow.
Because I don't know how to write a paper. And she was like, this shouldn't be that hard on you, and I'm really sorry that you feel that way. But she said that she would meet up with me more so that I would be on the right track. And I ended up getting an A or a B on the final.
That's really good.
Yeah, and it was a freaking 8 to 10 page paper
on
a book. that we all read together in class. It was very difficult, but I was very frustrated, and I know that Shelley went through the same thing with our English.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It was awful. Oh, I can't remember how we got down this track.
best and worst trips.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a typical Shelley Kevin combo.
Yeah, right. It is. So, worst, DC. Obviously, a huge portion of that is because I was 13 years old. Or
Yeah.
14 years old.
And we weren't allowed to, like, look bad.
No.
Which means, like, when you got on the bus to ride through the night, it was 8 hours to get there.
It was lower. It was more than that. I would say 9 or 10.
Okay, so it was something like that to get there to our hotel in Maryland, I think was where we stayed.
Yeah.
But
We stayed at a Holiday Inn.
yeah, I don't remember which, but we had to be dressed up.
Yeah.
Because we had to be able to get off the bus in Arlington and what's the other place we went?
We stopped at Gettysburg first.
Gettysburg. Yeah. So we had to be like dressed really nicely. So we weren't allowed to wear shorts and we weren't allowed to wear jeans. So you had to wear either a dress, a skirt.
They didn't let us.
Our skirts had to be really long.
Because the girls in my 8th grade class would wear short skirts to regular school, they were like, no skirts and dresses allowed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure some of the girls, I don't remember. We probably had that rule too. Maybe I'm just crazy. But I remember I wore, like, the only dress clothes I had was long sleeve, and we went in May.
Oh, yeah. When I don't know about your trip, but I went, it was like 85 degrees or higher every day.
Yeah. And it's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
And I wore, like, dress pants every single day, and, like, it was hard because you couldn't wear anything that wasn't pants.
Yeah.
Practically.
Yeah. Like, I kind of understood the dress clothes rule because at least it made sure that people wouldn't wear sweatpants. And it's like, come on. But
yeah,
at the same time, it's like,
we were miserable.
Yeah, it was miserable. And for me, I was even more miserable because I was having a raging period at the time.
You're so nonchalant. Like, I just had a raging period.
It was awful. It was so awful.
Yeah.
And we talked about this at our podcast attempt yesterday, but I was wearing one of those thick maxi pads, 2 of those and a tampon, and just wanting to cry because even then I still had to change them like every couple of hours.
That sounds like torture.
Yeah, and it was awful. And I had cramps and everything else that comes with periods. And my group, I really wasn't happy with them at the time because I was in a relationship and I thought I was better than them because I was in a relationship. Middle school Megan was an asshole. Middle school Shelley was an asshole.
Yeah. Well, mine, I spent the whole trip with Charlie because it was me and Charlie and then these other 2 girls who were really close. So it worked out. That was my group. And we were supposed to have one of the secretaries at the school to be our chaperone, but she had a family emergency and couldn't make it. So we got the other chaperone who was best friends with the guidance counselor who whenever we would go to a museum, like the museums were okay. We got to kind of wander a little bit, but not really go that far.
Yeah.
So it was my group and then the guidance counselor's group of 4. And there was one girl in her group who had to take a picture of everything. So, like, in one of the Smithsonian museums, all we got to see was the First Lady's dresses and the original flag.
That's so bitchy.
Yeah, it was awful because, like, in that, when it was at the time, the display, it was dresses and, like, purses and hats and everything like that. And it was just a big timeline of how the fashion changed for the First Ladies.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And she took a picture of every single thing.
Oh my god.
And because our chaperones were like really close, we weren't allowed to go very far. So we literally, Charlie and I sat down on the floor and waited for her to take pictures.
Oh my god.
Instead of seeing the rest of the museum like we wanted to.
That's what I hated too. It was like, I think we're old enough to stay in the museum and be able to wander as long as we have a buddy.
Exactly. I mean, I understand why they were a little cautious, but really.
Yeah.
So then we got to see the flag that was hanging over Fort McHenry. Is that what it was? I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
It was like huge flag. It was really cool to see. But then the next thing that we got to do was the Holocaust Museum. So we walked over there, and Charlie and I were told, Charlie and I and the other two girls were told that we had to sit outside of the museum. Like, we were still inside of the museum. We walked through, like, Children of the Holocaust at the bottom, went up before we went into the, like, Nazi museum part of it.
Yeah, my 8th grade didn't get to see all of it. We only got to see the free part.
Well, I didn't get to see it either because the guidance counselor chaperone had some sort of issue. She, like, lost someone or something.
Jeez.
So my chaperone had to go with her to handle whatever situation it was, or someone was crying, someone was homesick, something really, like, I don't know.
Stupid.
Yeah. And we had to sit there and wait for her to come back so that we could go through the museum. And they were gone for over an hour.
Oh, my God.
And the doors were right there, and she told us we weren't allowed to go in and we had to wait.
That's so stupid. Why can't you join with somebody else's fucking group?
Exactly. We didn't get to see anything ever because we were waiting on someone.
That pisses me off. That trip was expensive.
It was. And I didn't get to see anything. And ever since, I've wanted to go back to DC.
Me too.
Because I want to see what I missed. Because most of what we did was free. It was paying for the bus and the hotel that was expensive.
Yeah.
But I got to go back to Disney when we took our honeymoon together, and I missed so much in Disney.
Yeah.
Because of the girl who didn't want to do anything ever.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was a whole nother part of the park behind the castle. That's how much we did.
Oh my God.
We spent the whole time in Tomorrowland and, in Tomorrowland.
Shit.
Yeah. I mean, we went to all of the parks and stuff and, like, walked through the World Showcase and everything like that, but I missed a whole section of Magic Kingdom. I didn't know it existed. And Casey was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because he's a Disney fanatic. He used to go to Disney, like, twice a year, 3 times a year growing up.
Wow.
So he knows Disney like nothing else.
Maybe if we make money off of this shit, we can put it towards a DC trip.
Yeah, and we can rent a bus and have to sleep in dress clothes. And do you remember how we went to that? Well, we went to a shrimp place before we left. And it was supposed to be a dance thing.
Oh, yeah. We went to, we had a dance too, but it was at, a buffet.
We had, it was shrimp buffet or something, and it was really bad. A lot of people ended up getting sick. But I remember, since it was 8th grade, I was in a relationship with LJ at the time.
Good old LJ.
We'll talk a lot about LJ. He'll come up a lot. But we were dating at the time, and we have super serious pictures together where it looks like we've been married for 87 years, and we
should go
so
through those later. We should go through those later.
I'll show you that picture because I know which one I'm thinking of. But I remember we were sitting there, and his friend was like, "Dance with her, LJ, dance with her. She wants to dance with you." And I really did. I wanted to dance with him. I wanted to have that moment. And
Keep going.
I got every single one of my friends to go up to the DJ booth and request our song. And when we got everyone to request our song, and the DJ was like, "Finally, I've had enough. I'm going to play this song." And it was 1, 2, 3, 4 by Plain White Tees.
Oh,
and we danced to it, and his friends were hooting and hollering at us and stuff, and I was like, "Yes, this is my moment."
Teenage girl dreams.
Really though. And so after the dance, they had a bunch of 8th graders in dress clothes dancing, and immediately get on the bus and go home.
Oh God, yeah.
Do you remember
smelled
that?
So bad. It was they should have just had those free travel size deodorants and just threw them at us because it was awful.
Oh, also, we should probably mention this. We were a grade apart.
Right.
Kevin, me, was a grade ahead of Shelly.
Yes.
So we both went to Disney because she was in orchestra and I was in band.
Right.
but we took everybody.
Yeah, different grades.
And in DC, it was just 8th grade.
Yeah.
But we had very similar experiences.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most public and private schools in the U.S. take the DC trip. Because at college, that was like, everyone's like, yeah, I've been to DC once because of the 8th grade and it was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be so much more fun if the rules weren't so restricted.
It would have been better to go as a senior in high school. You know?
Yeah, because you would appreciate it so much more, I think.
Yeah, you would. Like, why do you have to go at 8th grade as a stupid middle schooler who doesn't really give a shit? And you smell bad, and because you're young, the chaperones have to keep, like, an eyeglass on you. It's like, just go, 16 to 18 years old, like that range, because it'd be so much more fun.
Yeah.
And you'd actually know what the places were.
Yeah, exactly.
Because our history education sucked. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Who's Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, right.
Not that bad, but...
yeah, because only one of our history teachers really took it seriously.
Yes.
And no one liked her because she took it seriously.
I know, it was so fucking stupid. God, I hate middle school.
What is the first thing you would do if you won the lottery?
Like, how much money are we talking about?
Okay. So,
like
if
the
you
jackpot?
won, like, the jackpot, like, all of it.
Oh, my God. I'd pay off my student loans.
As a sophomore in college.
Yes. I just pay all of my tuition reward forever.
It's so sad that that's, like, the first thing. Like, student loans.
Yep.
That's it. First thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, right now I'm looking at when I graduate, like 6 months after, I'll be paying $750 a month.
Yeah. That's what Casey pays. It's awful. And he only went to school for, back then it was quarters. He was only there for like 2 or 3 quarters.
That's bullshit. It's so awful. When's he gonna get that paid off?
It should be paid off next year, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be so nice.
Yeah.
Anywho, so that would help. Then I would probably buy myself like a nice car. Like, I don't need a sports car, but I just want a nice, environmentally friendly car that I can just take and not have to worry about it breaking down.
Yeah.
I blew out the speakers on my car.
Oh, that sucks.
So now if basically any song on the pop station that has bass, which is every song, it's like...
It sounds awful. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I would definitely do that. And then my mom and I actually talk about this. We're going to get a mini farm. We're going to have on our property, we have like 3 acres of land. First off, we're going to buy the fields around us. And then we're going to get a mini farm with a bunch of mini animals, like a mini horse and little rabbits and mini donkeys and mini cows, if those exist, mini pigs.
Yeah.
And just like, it'll just be free. And anybody can just come by and play with animals all day.
That's awesome. That sounds like the dream.
It'd be amazing. I would still go to college. I would. Like, I feel like a lot of people would be like, I'm never working again and I'm going to sit on my ass for the rest of my life. It's like, you'd get really depressed.
Yeah, you would.
What would you do?
Well, I'm sitting here thinking about it while you're talking, and I'm like, I have student loans.
Yep.
I went to a very richy private school for my first semester because I had no idea how to go to college because I'm a first gen, so... Yeah,
it's a, people act like it's just, you sign the papers and you go. It's not that at all.
Yeah,
like,
and I
like
didn't
the fucking
know
FAFSA.
Yeah.
How much, like, even though on most college websites it'll say how much tuition is, how much room and board is, but then there are like hidden fees too, like your meal plan, like your textbooks, like
room and board.
Yeah. Like lab fees.
Yeah.
My lab fees were like $200. Wow.
Well, yeah, I went to a rich private school for the first semester, so I already have like 20,000 right there in debt. Yeah. And so now I'm still going to school and I still have like at least 3.5 years ahead of me.
Yeah.
So that's student loans first thing, clearly.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so nice. Honestly, if there was a lottery that you would win and it would just pay off your student loans, like wouldn't give you any other money, just doesn't matter how much student loans you have, just pays it. I would play that every day.
I know. And also, we're in the process of buying a house.
Yes.
So there goes another bunch of money. But if I had money left over and if I didn't have to worry about those things, I would buy a new car because we are testing fate with our two cars right now.
Yes, you are.
The car I'm driving now was owned by my great-grandmother. It's probably about 15 or 16 years old, and it's a Chevy S10. But it only has 100,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So it's just old. And in Casey's car, I used to drive it when I didn't have my car. And I got in an accident with it and put $2,500 worth of damage in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't put any of that into the car. We used it to pay the wedding.
Right.
So so we definitely need a brand new car. But I don't have any, like, dreamy white picket fence things.
Yeah.
Just adult things that are
Adulting.
no fun.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of car you would get if you could just get one?
I can't tell you the difference between a Toyota and a Chevy. I just want one that looks pretty and we can use it to go to Florida.
Good deal.
That's all I care about. I kind of want a smart car.
I do too.
But we don't live in an area that's good enough for a smart car.
No, I would really want a Tesla, but we have like no electric ports anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So speaking of money, we're going to play a game and it's you get $1 million, but.
Right.
And this game is inspired by Rooster Teeth, who Casey watches a lot.
Yes.
They just came out with a board game that I really want, and it's you get $1 million, but and you use 2 cards, and it gives you this ridiculous scenario.
Oh, geez, we can have fun with this.
It's like Cards Against Humanity, but not.
Right.
But like you have a judge, and you have 2 cards that you put together for a scenario, and you put it down, and then the person has to choose which one they absolutely would do or wouldn't. I can't remember. So I have a couple written down. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. So this one, of course I'm going first, and mine's like really dark and depressing.
Oh, God.
So you get $1 million for the rest of your life, but your life is cut in half.
Oh, shit.
So whatever amount of time that you have left, it's immediately cut in half.
Oh, man. I don't know if I could do that.
But you get $1 million every year for the rest of your life, however long that is.
I mean, I'm married. I might have a family. I have cats that need me. I'm going to go with a big, strong no on that one.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. And also, death is a really big trigger for me.
Mm.
So, like, what if I die 20 years from now and I'm just like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, done. That's it. You don't get $1 million.
Right.
Would you?
Maybe. But if you said yes, I was gonna say, well, what if it was Casey's life?
Oh, no. No.
But you didn't say yes, so you ruined that for me.
Sorry. But, like, the other day, Casey and I were talking about, we had the, like, marriage talk, like, what happens when one of us dies, and we were sitting there bawling.
Oh.
We were, like, holding each other and, like, crying, like, ugly crying, because we just, like, I'm, like, tearing up thinking about it right now. Because, like,
Kevin is a sensitive woman.
I'm very sensitive. I put so much into him, and he put so much into me that, like, just the thought of not having him for any reason is just, like,
Yeah.
can't do it. Because I value him so much.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Shoo, that, like,
that's what we all aspire to have.
it's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is very simple. You get $1 million, but you can never cut your nails.
So they just like grow,
Mm-hmm.
like those like Guinness World Records people.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be kind of cool though.
You would never be around us ever again.
Wait, what?
You'd never be around our friend ever again.
Oh.
You know what I mean? One of our friends has a really bad nail phobia.
Right.
Which is really funny. That's just like the first thing I thought of when I wrote that down.
Well, here's the thing. It's only $1 million though, right?
Mm-hmm.
then no. But if it was like you win the jackpot, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, here's what I would do. I would buy one of those like old like Aztec goddess god thrones and like put it right in my huge mansion living room and like a throne room and sit there with my ridiculously long curly nails that are like 10 feet long and just sit there like that, and I'll just sit there for the rest of my life and have people waiting on me hand and foot. people waiting, and they'll just like bring me Taco Bell and like feed it to me, and I'll just sit there and my nails would just grow around the chair.
Oh my god.
And then when I shrivel up and die when I'm like 90 years old, because I'll have the money to have good health care, my nails will like be a part of the throne.
Very practical.
Yeah, that's
wow.
As soon as you said
that's so funny.
As soon as you said you win that money but you can never cut your nails again, that was the first thing I pictured. Me sitting on that throne with my really long nails as like an old woman with like a crown on my head. Like, wow. I am the queen of everything.
Yeah, and there'd be like people would like make TV shows about you and
oh yeah, I'd have my own reality show on like TLC. It'd be wonderful.
Yeah, you could be keeping up with Shelly. You could put out your own lip kit that you can't put on yourself.
I put out nail kits.
Nail kits, there you go.
I put out like glue on 10-foot nails. They're like curly cues.
Get a deal with McDonald's. Like with every kids meal you get.
No, it'd be Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
It'd be Taco Bell. Ooh.
Taco Bell doesn't have kids meals though.
Well, they will now.
They will now because of Queen Shelly.
Every medium Mountain Dew, 2 cheesy roll up nachos with cheese meal comes with a free gift with purchase, which is the 10-foot long curly Q nails nail kit with purple and menstrual blood.
Whoa.
Shaded
oh,
nail polish and trademarked and and I see I'll be smart. I'll be one of the smart lottery people, because there actually is a show. The people who won the lottery and spent it on ridiculous things and end up going bankrupt.
Yeah.
I will not be one of those people, because Taco Bell will realize my potential as an insane person.
Wow. I did not expect this from this. I was like, I'm just going to write down something simple, and here we are.
Here we are today.
Down the rabbit hole.
See, for those of you that like things handed to you, our names are funny because Kevin is a very feminine woman, and yet her name is Kevin, and I am an insane person, and my name is Shelly, after Shelly from the House Bunny.
Which comes from her last nickname after the cat. And if you can tell us what that cat is, brownie points for you.
Right. If we had the money for prizes, we would send you a prize. But right now we don't, so buy yourself a prize.
I'm creeping. My neighbor just came home.
Oh.
And
hello, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
Oh, okay. It's just
what about love?
Oh, God. Okay. So my answer to that would be no.
No.
Just no.
You don't want the nail throne?
No, no. No, like, look at my fingernails now.
Oh, yeah, mine's really...
This is too long for me.
Ooh.
And they are barely over... They're not even close to being over my fingertip.
Wow.
They're, like... I don't even know how to explain how short they are, but they are very short, and it is too long for me. I can't... I don't have, like, a fingernail fetish... Like, phobia, not fetish. I don't have a fingernail phobia.
Yeah.
But... I don't like my nails being long. Like, okay, for example...
Bless you.
Thank you. For the wedding, I got my nails done at this, like, real sketch place over by Taco Bell. And...
Yeah.
We did the wedding, and I got them taken off the next day. Because I couldn't stand it. They looked so good.
They did.
But I couldn't do it. The guy, like, literally, like, had to rip them off of me because they were, like, brand new.
Aww.
It was awful, but I'm never getting my nails done ever again.
See, I really like getting my nails done, but they look so shitty all the time. And all the Vietnamese women at the nail salon in the mall, which is the one I like to go to, talk about how shitty they look.
Oh, man.
And it's like, I can't do it. I'm an insecure person. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So when I win the lottery and have to keep my nails growing for the rest of my life, I will hire my own team of tactful Vietnamese women to do my nails.
Just make them pretty all the time. That way they don't like turn yellow or something.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they'll turn yellow anyway, but you know, we'll do what we can.
Okay.
Okay, so I have one.
Maybe.
I do. I need to figure out how I'm going to word it to where it conveys the feeling I'm having.
Gotcha.
So, okay. So you get $1 million for the $1 million for 1 year, like for the rest of your life. But you have to cheat on Casey at least once a week.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell him why I'm doing it?
You can, even if you tell him or you don't tell him, he'll be very upset.
You know, the problem with this is I don't think enough people in the world like me enough so that I can cheat on him.
Well, I mean, like, you can go, like, hire a prostitute.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter if you pay for it or not, but what I'm saying is this fake world I'm creating for you. If you tell Casey, like, hey, I have to cheat on you to get this money, he's still going to be upset. He'll never leave you. He'll make you feel like shit.
You are a twisted person.
Oh, I am.
You are, because, I don't know, like, I don't think I could do it.
Really?
I really don't, not because of I'm so in love with Casey and whatever. I'm not a very sexual being.
Right.
I don't.
That's also why I made this, because I know you have a hard time.
I have a hard time. No, it's just I don't know. It's very hard to explain the way that I feel about like having sex and whatever, but like sometimes it's very hard for me, and I feel like it'd be even harder if I just like hired a prostitute and was like, here, let's have sex so I can get $1 million. Like,
yeah,
that's also very morally not who I am.
It's pretty fucked up. And you know, if I didn't create this world and you had this conversation with Casey, do you think he would let you?
Probably.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he probably would. But, like, if it came down to it, I don't know if I could do it.
Right.
And I don't think I would be a happy person.
Well, here's another one. So both of you, some being comes to you, like some rich person that likes seeing people struggle, comes to you and is like, $1 million every year for the rest of your life, like as a couple. You have to stay married for the rest of your lives. But so
this is where the game gets hard.
Same deal. Either, you know, you have to sleep with someone, you have to cheat on Casey once a week, or Casey has to cheat on you every day.
Every day?
For the rest of...
Because I was thinking about, like, well, if Casey did it, but I don't...
Every day.
I don't think it'd be worth it, because we wouldn't be happy people.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So, like, yeah, you get $1 million, but you're sad all the time. Like,
you
know what
you
I
guys,
mean?
you really think you'd be sad?
I do.
Aww.
Because it's very hard for me to just, like, be like, okay, let's have sex.
Right.
And I get money for this. And, like, having sex with someone just because you get $1 million doesn't seem really right to me.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many other things that could go into that, because what if these people that you just pick off the street figure out that you're getting paid for this and they're like, hey, we want to cut?
I'd probably get shot. That's because of where we live.
Right. We live, well, not we. You live in a shitty
Yeah, we live in a shitty, dead-end piece of shit town.
Right. The town is shitty, but the section of the town where you live is also shitty.
Yeah, I mean, a woman just got charged with murder on my street.
Yeah, of her infant child.
God, and I don't think anyone's figured out what she did to it.
No, that's what I want to know. Like, was it like a shaken baby syndrome thing, or was it like I cut its stomach open and ate its entrails?
Who knows?
Like, it could be anything.
Okay, so, anyways, no.
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
Okay, you can, if you can come up with a really fucked up situation for me, so it's fair.
Oh God, I wasn't ready. I'm not ready. Okay, if I think of one, I'll shoot it right at you.
Okay.
But the next one. Okay, you get $1 million every year for the rest of your life, but you can't use any of it on yourself. Does that count as fucked up?
It's not. Well, it's fucked up for me because
Yeah.
I'm a selfish person.
That's what I thought.
Sorta. Well, I don't know. Who would I use it on? Like, I could do some good things. Like, I'd be like, hey, I've got $1 million. I'll buy your house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, or. But then it's like I have this money and I can't use it on my student loans.
Mm-hmm. You could use it on, like, literally everyone. So if you wanted to buy Andrew a house,
Yeah.
then you would be able to live in that house. But it's not for you.
True. I could do that.
There are very easy loopholes, but you cannot spend it on yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know if I could do it because really the student loan thing is what gets me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Is
Yeah.
like I would have all this money and still struggle.
Mm-hmm. You still have to work. And no.
No. The answer's no.
Not even if you could donate $1 million every year to, like, I don't know, St. James or something.
See, now you're making me feel like shit.
See, this is, yeah. See how you like it? I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, sure. I suppose. I mean, yeah, I'd do it.
Okay.
Thinking about it now, I would do it. But it would still suck.
It would. It would be like torture. But you know what's the worst?
What?
It's like this Taco Bell right here lately. Like, you give your order, and then they'll be like, "Would you like to donate $1 to help kids finish high school?" And you're like, "No, I'm sorry."
Yeah, anytime anybody asks me like, "Hey, would you like to round up for this or donate $1 for this?" and it's like,
I was picking pennies to buy my pizza today.
yeah,
Thanks.
I can barely, literally, like, just my food at Taco Bell is $5 even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, okay. So, I'll just get all the silver change I have in my car or in my house and just go to Taco Bell because I'm kind of poor. So, not quite poor, but getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when they ask if I want to donate another $1, it's like I literally don't have $1 to donate.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
But those kids will just have to figure out themselves. Do drugs. Hook. I don't know.
The best thing, I think, is, like, after you say no, they're like, all right, your total is.
Yeah.
And they're like, whatever. Because, like, I used to work in fast food.
Right.
So, like,
you just have to say these things.
yeah, like, if you don't, like, you get in trouble, which
You
is
do.
annoying.
Yeah.
But, like, they're so used to people saying no that it's not a big deal.
Right.
But you feel so morally disgusting.
Yeah.
That you're like,
Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, I think it's time to wrap it up.
okay.
So, thank you, audience, for tuning in for our first podcast. We're sooner or later we're gonna get some social media pages up and self-promotion and stuff. But check us out. I'm Shelly.
And I'm Kevin.
I'll always love you.
All right. Bye.